they actually bottle the new traditional. But he was doing all that bottling and that, and then down a bit in Barrabriggs, then it sort of evolves. So now, as well as doing all their own different labels, they supply the Scottish Parliament, the Welsh Parliament, the House of Commons, and the European Parliament with their whiskies.
What makes a good whisky? First of all, you need a good traditional way of making whisky. You need experience. You also need good natural ingredients, like any sort of product. You also need good wood management, a good cask to mature the whisky in. And lastly, you need time as well to mellow, mature the whisky into malt whisky.
There's some organic blend available in the market, but we're the first totally organic single malt Scotch whisky which is what we've produced at Benromach. So the water supply, the bottling hall, the production, the yeast, the casks, obviously malted barley most importantly, the entire process is certified by the Soil Association. Maybe in future years more will appear, but we've managed to produce the first.
A good whisky will vary from person to person, but really for us, what we're looking for is balance. We want a whisky which is going to have a number of flavours and aromas, which together will complement and bring out the style and characteristic from the distilleries.
The cask itself will influence between 60 and 70% of the final flavour of the whisky, and Benromach's organic whisky uses the characteristics of the new wood, so it is taking the big hits of flavour and colour out of the new wood, and that's what will give it its distinctive and characteristics, colour and flavour.
Ich hätte gewusst, dass ich hier kriege, ne, aber
It's quite a young whisky, but it's good to see young whiskies actually getting to the forefront in the industry. As with the organic, it's an interesting thing to be able to experiment in whisky and have the facility to do different things. So I think it's a really good thing, obviously.
Really enjoy it. It has a lot of flavor, good malting to it.
I'm not sure. I think it will taste like ordinary whiskies. Yeah.
Organic whisky is difficult to produce today. Because it's a mature product and it has to stay in cask for a minimum of 3 years, you've got to ensure that your supply chain, everything else that you're putting into the product is organically grown or was 3 years ago. So if you're going down the organic route, you'd need to start now. What we've concentrated on is traceability of all the material that goes into our Scotch whiskies. So we can trace every single ton of malted barley that we buy to the field that it was grown in, and we have contracts with the farmers that ensure that the quality grain and are delivered to us. Organic whiskey's probably going to be niche, I think, in the global market. It's got a part to play, but I don't think it will replace the bulk of the whisky sold abroad.
Just in the whisky industry, in the distilleries and in the warehousing. The barrels off the lorries into the warehouses. That's probably where it originated from.
Good, Scott!